Welcome back to Project Aviate. Today we're diving into the aircraft that redefined the future of unmanned aerial combat, the Northrop Grumman X-47B. This isn't just another drone. It's the aircraft that proved machines could take off, land, and even fight, all without a human in the cockpit. The X-47B changed how the world sees air warfare, and its legacy continues to shape the future of autonomous combat. As the camera pans across a futuristic hangar, the X-47B stands under the lights, smooth, sleek, and almost alien. With no cockpit and a wingspan that looks like a futuristic stealth bomber, it immediately stands out. Engineers in flight suits inspect its curved surfaces and radar-absorbing skin, hinting at the technology packed beneath. This is not science fiction, it's the reality Northrop Grumman created. Zooming in closer, the X-47B's flying wing shape comes into focus. There are no tails, no vertical stabilizers, no pilot canopy. Every line is crafted for stealth. Its surface absorbs radar signals, making it nearly invisible to enemy systems. The camera glides across its body, reflecting the light off its composite materials. This drone wasn't built for reconnaissance, it was built to fight, to think, and to operate in places where no human pilot could survive. The next image shifts to the open sea at dawn. On the deck of a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, the X-47B waits silently. Sailors guide it with glowing wands as the ocean roars below. There's something almost surreal about seeing an aircraft with no pilot ready to launch from a moving ship. Moments later, the catapult system ignites, hurling the X-47B into the sky. The deck crew watches as this unmanned jet disappears into the morning clouds. This was history in the making, the first time a fully autonomous combat drone launched from a carrier. Now high above the clouds, the X-47B flies beside an F/A-18 Hornet. The difference is striking. One aircraft is alive with human instinct, the other guided only by algorithms and sensors. Yet they move in perfect synchronization. It's a visual representation of the transition between human-controlled aviation and the rise of autonomous flight. The X-47B doesn't need a pilot to interpret its surroundings. It calculates, adjusts, and reacts faster than any human could. Next, we see a visualization of radar waves bouncing off the X-47B's stealthy frame. This is where the science meets art. Its unique geometry scatters radar reflections in multiple directions, confusing enemy sensors and making it incredibly difficult to track. Every angle, every curve is optimized for invisibility. The X-47B doesn't just hide, it disappears from radar screens. It was designed to infiltrate contested airspace, strike, and return without ever being seen. Night falls and the deck of the aircraft carrier glows with blue lights. The X-47B returns from its mission. Without human assistance, it aligns perfectly with the carrier, descending precisely onto the moving deck. Cameras capture every moment, the crosswinds, the slight roll of the ship, the precision of its autonomous landing. This was another world first, a drone landing itself on a carrier at night, guided only by sensors, GPS, and onboard AI. The crew erupts in applause. What once seemed impossible is now routine. Inside a command room, operators watch the X-47B's data feed on massive screens. They aren't piloting it, they're supervising it. The drone makes its own micro-decisions, avoiding threats, adjusting flight paths, and even managing fuel efficiency. This is autonomy at its finest, not remote control but independent intelligence. The operators are no longer pilots, they are mission managers. The future of warfare has officially changed. The next scene visualizes the X-47B's digital brain. Inside its systems, artificial intelligence runs simulations in real time, interpreting sensor data, analyzing radar returns, and making combat-level decisions. It's a glimpse into the era of machine learning in military aviation. Unlike earlier drones that required constant operator input, the X-47B was designed to think ahead, to plan, react, and adapt. Mid-air refueling was once the most delicate maneuver in aviation, but the X-47B mastered it without a human touch. The image shows the drone aligning with a KC-707 tanker drone, connecting flawlessly mid-air. This proved that drones could not only take off and land autonomously, but also extend their missions indefinitely. The implications were huge. Drones could now fly farther, longer, and deadlier missions without a single pilot in harm's way. As the visuals expand, we see a futuristic battlefield. Swarms of unmanned aircraft, descendants of the X-47B, fly alongside stealth bombers and human-piloted jets. The X-47B was the prototype that opened this door. It demonstrated that teamwork between manned and unmanned systems could redefine air dominance. The concept of the loyal wingman, drones supporting fighter pilots, was born from experiments like this. Another image transitions through time, showing the evolution of drone warfare. From the slow, camera-equipped Predator drones of the early 2000s to the sleek, jet-powered X-47B, the leap in capability is staggering. What began as surveillance has now become strategic strike capability. The X-47B didn't just evolve drones, it revolutionized their purpose. At an airshow, the X-47B sits silently on display, surrounded by curious spectators. It looks almost alien, like a visitor from the future. This scene marks a symbolic shift from secret military prototype to public marvel. People realize they're witnessing the dawn of a new kind of warfare, one where intelligence and autonomy matter more than speed or agility. The X-47B represents not just progress, but transformation. As the camera moves to a darker, cybernetic scene, digital code overlays the aircraft's shape. The X-47B symbolizes the merging of physical warfare and digital warfare, where code is as powerful as missiles. Modern conflicts aren't just about dogfights, they're about algorithms, artificial intelligence, and data supremacy. The X-47B was the first step into this hybrid battlefield. The final image is breathtaking, the X-47B soaring into the sunset, its wings catching the golden light. The ocean below reflects its silhouette as it disappears over the horizon. It's more than just a machine, it's a statement about the future of flight. The X-47B showed that the boundaries between human and machine are fading fast. It changed how wars are fought, how missions are planned, and how the next generation of aircraft will operate. The Northrop Grumman X-47B wasn't just a drone, it was a turning point. It proved that autonomy could work, that precision could be achieved without human hands, and that the future of air warfare would no longer depend solely on pilots. It laid the groundwork for the world's most advanced unmanned systems and influenced every drone that came after it. As the music fades, the screen shows the X-47B one last time, silent, powerful, and futuristic. The narrator's voice closes. This is the aircraft that changed drone warfare forever. It didn't just fly, it evolved. Thank you for watching Project Aviate. If you're passionate about the future of aviation and military innovation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the machines that shape the skies. Because the story of flight is far from over, it's only just beginning.